Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are not rushed games. They have not just been made. They have actually been in development since at least 2014. And their names were conceived all the way back in 2008. And I have the evidence to prove it.
Well, what a coincidence. It would seem we also have the evidence to prove it.
Wait, prove what?
I don't know, I forgot. Anyway, all you've proven is that you're guilty of crimes that haven't been seen since the hit Will Smith movie, Wild Wild West.
What's going on, guys? Parody here. And way back when, Almighty Arceus and I actually made a video on his channel talking about how Generation 8 could possibly be in a Spain-based region. Now, obviously, we were wrong about that, and Sword and Shield ended up being Galar. But this is before we even knew what Sword and Shield was. There was just a lot of hints leading up to a Spanish-based region, or region-based.
And Red Pill.
We're never gonna find out what it's cringe on. This sucks.
Of Spain, rather. And I urge you to check that video out because it is quite funny how things ended up. Now, I will be talking about some of those points in this video, but there are a lot of new points as well. Some points from more recent games like BDSP and Sword and Shield.
That's public indecency. Get in the bag.
I don't know if that turn him on or not. Better stick with what we know.
Oh, good. We can check for a Pyro King.
Personally, I'm more into the French, but whatever fucks your mom, I guess.
And one point that's very old, however, it recently came to light once again. Starting things off, Game Freak usually like to travel to the actual real-world region that they're going to make their game upon. So for Alola, they would have had some trips and travel to Hawaii, and then they would have done their research and enjoy their time there. And if you spot them at Hawaii, that's how you kind of know that a Hawaii-based game is kind of coming out sometime in the future.
Okay, this doesn't make any sense. If they went to Spain and then made Hawaii, how are we supposed to figure out where France is?
Lunala represents the moon, so does that mean Pokemon goes to space next?
But we haven't seen them eat frogs yet. How are we supposed to get to space now?
Have you ever seen a balloon?
The last time I did, my sun was gone.
Have you checked the attic?
I can't. I don't have a Pokemon Sun or a Pokemon Moon.
Now for Spain, we have a bunch of different visits from them. The first notable trip is in the fall of 2014 from Junichi Masuda himself. He was there at a school during the Chestnut Festival apparently, and he was just talking about how touched he was by all this of the Spanish fans.
I don't want to think about how touched he was at the Chestnut Festival.
Doesn't help it was at a school.
Oh god, we're gonna need a bigger bag.
And all the things he learned from the culture, and he was just amazed by
Mario,
the culture and the people overall. And this is something you can still check out on his personal blog. I will leave the link to this in the description down below, but we will be coming back to this later on, much later on, for something quite interesting that I'm ashamed that I didn't catch earlier.
You fucking better be. That's a lot of crime you just let slide right under the rug because Father Pokemon getting touched at the Chestnut Festival suddenly became acceptable.
And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh my god. Next up, Omori was also in Spain for 2016 with Masuda, where they were promoting Sun and Moon, and they stayed there for an extended period of time, and specifically mentioned how they're trying to travel and do research on Spain. And they took their time and toured the entire country. Why would they do that if there wasn't a Spanish-based game coming out soon, right?
Why would they go to Spain?
And then in the end of October and beginning of November in 2017, once again, Masuda was spotted in Spain. And right before this, like near the end of October, Masuda was spotted in southern France.
Come out, Matthew, we have you surrounded.
You're being charged for several acts of stalking.
This crime bust is sponsored by
Mario.
Riot now for $10.99 a month and get 2 bullets in your chin absolutely free.
And we all know by this point, southern France and Spain touch, right? They're like back-to-back next to each other, neighbors, and mwah.
Is it just me, or is this a strangely suggestive time travel case on our snail?
I don't know if we can charge a landmass with public displaying of affection. We might need a boat this time.
I'm pretty sure it violates the Geneva Convention, though, at least.
Love each other. Because Kalos and this upcoming region we're suspecting are going to be right beside each other. This could be it, boys. This and girls, don't worry.
Thank you. Now I feel included.
Am I a pretty snail?
This could be it. This could be the game where we finally get Southern Kalos, but let's not go there just yet. Point here is, he was definitely exploring southern France while he was exploring Spain, so keep that in mind.
Keep what in mind?
That we're gonna need a bigger bag. Come on, keep up. I can't be the only one without a brain cell here.
I think I forgot mine in the restroom.
Oh, shit.
Let's talk about all the Gen 7 things before we move on to the Gen 8 stuff. So in Ultra Sun Ultra Moon, there is a lady...
Now activating woman deflectors. It's called an overhead parry. Look it up.
On Coney Coney Island that has...
Gun Mario.
In her vocabulary, when you talk to her, she mentions that she's a muy excelente hairstylist. And she says the word what is it? What'd she say, bro? Hermosa. I don't know what that means. I'm not. I should have asked all my RCs or Raph. But yeah, she just came from a different region to Alola because she said there's a Pokemon with really beautiful curly hair, which I'm presuming is Tapu Lele.
She's actually referring to Barbarical. It's a common misconception.
But point is, she's from a different region that has Spanish as its main language, which till now we had nothing, but obviously that's going to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and whatever region is in that game. That's most likely where this lady comes from.
Is this an account of racism?
You're gonna find out she's from fucking New York, and boy aren't you gonna have egg on your face when you get thrown in the racism closet.
And even if you didn't believe the development stuff I mentioned earlier, at least this girl proves that since Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet have indeed been foreshadowed. Now, Raph did bring up a good point way back when, around the same time that Arceus and I made this video, that Ryuki could possibly be from the Spanish-based region as well. This is because the girl was in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon who speaks Spanish, and Ryuki is a character that we just don't know where he's from. Even now, to this day, we still don't know where Ryuki came from, and he plays the guitar, which is an instrument that's, you know, very prominent in Spain.
Why do you guys feel the need to nitpick videos so much?
Because your hair is purple.
Now, at that point in time, it didn't seem like it was enough for him to say that Ryuki could be from a Spanish-based region. But now that the Coney Coney girl is still there and her Spanish is still valid and that we still don't know where Ryuki's from, I kind of dig it. Ryuki might be from Spain. We have no idea.
Nobody has inquisited me yet. This fucking sucks. I spoke Spanish and everything.
And while it's not Gen 7, it is still older, so I'm going to mention it in the Gen 7 slot. In Pokemon X and Y in the Kourei train station, there is mention that it connects somewhere far off, wherever, and the southern part of Kalos once again connects to Spain and Portugal by extension, right? And since Masuda was there exploring southern France, and you still don't have any connection to this Kourei train station, and we are now getting Spanish-based games, and there are so many Spanish-based hints, it just makes you think, bro.
Joke's on you.
Just makes you think, maybe we'll be getting Kalos and this Spanish-based region together.
Esto es jodidamente estúpido.
Fucking, sure, man, I agree with that.
Él quiere que las exhibiciones públicas sean más públicas.
Anyway, has a stroke.
Irrespective of what, even if we don't get to go to the Kalos region in these games in Scarlet and Violet, I'm pretty sure the Kourei train station connects to this region in Scarlet and Violet.
Wait, you have a sister named Violet?
I'm leaving.
Just because of the real world counterpart. The final bit of Gen 7 stuff is Ash from the Power of Us. In the Power of Us, Ash did in fact have a his collar was red and yellow, which is obviously the colors of the Spanish flag. It's pretty much the exact same design of the modern flag anyways.
Alright, I was cool with the time travel premise. I was cool with having a stroke. I was cool with
Gun Mario.
humping a table. But that was fucking stupid.
You were cool with Gun Mario.
Just because it put me in therapy, that doesn't make me not cool with it.
And when people saw this, they were losing their mind because like, bro, this has to be a Spain-based region in Generation 8. But nah, it didn't turn out to be the case. But who knows, maybe Ash's Power of Us design still holds merit for Scarlet and Violet.
But Scarlet is blue, though.
Hell yeah, girl boss, gatekeep. What was the third one?
There's not a third one. What are you talking about?
Okay, good. I'm just crazy.
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know when Pokemon Journeys ends and hopefully Ash gets his design back. We'll see. But all of that was old information. Now what I'm about to present to you is entirely new information, okay? Let's start off with Sword and Shield and the hint that Sword and Shield gave for a Spanish-based region. The biggest one was that right before you reach Stow-Inside City, there is a challenger or a backpacker named Diane, who if you face her and defeat her, she will actually once again start speaking in Spanish. When you beat her, she'll say, oh my god, muy dramatico, fantastico. I need my Dora Explorer. I need my Dora the Explorer, man. I can't do this. I really can't.
¿No está un video de Pokémon sin crímenes contra niños?
Espera un minuto, pero actualmente no estás doblado por un niño.
No, what are you talking about? Are you crazy? I would never.
Never what?
I don't remember. That's crazy.
Muy fantastico, dramatico. Yeah, there. And she actually claims that she's from far away, implying that she's from another region. And if it was a region that we've already known about, she likely would have mentioned it by name, but she didn't, so yeah, again, Sword and Shield hinting towards Scarlet and Violet.
Wait, this is actually a paradox, though. If they've been working on these since 2014, then they would have a name for the region, which they don't in English. Checkmate, criminal!
I'm in Spain without the A.
Okay, it's 2 a.m. I cannot be loud, so I apologize.
Damn, he just admitted his crimes. I don't know what else to say, but...
I didn't hear anything.
But there are a lot more hints than I expected. One of which comes from this person on Reddit, DDD Hero.
You're under arrest.
Shit, man, I know Reddit is on-site city population.
Gun Mario.
But like, really? Why the Frame 1 prison Supertones?
You don't understand. DDDs and heroes in the same deck? That's a Yugi crime in of itself.
Don't worry, I play 3 copies of Prohibition and Linear Equation Canon, along with my 3 copies of Mystic Mine and this gun I found. We're sure to win.
But Mystic Mine is banned.
What is prison if not Mystic Mine?
I don't know, Secret Village of the Spellcasters?
Die, Luxter! You don't belong in this world!
And they have found out that there's another hint in Sword and Shield where they foreshadowed the orange and grapes. Now, if you're not aware, orange and grapes are a big deal in Scarlet and Violet. They're in like every single aspect of the trailer, and it goes crazy. Like, there's definitely something to them. Possibly they could be the legendaries.
Grapes and oranges. The legendaries. Is a joke really even needed here?
And the Lord of Citrus said unto the chosen savior of the universe, bearer of the juicy glass of destiny, with or without pulp.
But here in Hotel Iona, I believe it's called, in Circhester, if you enter the left portion of the hotel, you'll see that the lobby has side rooms that are roped off from the access, and you can see the wallpaper be images of orange and grapes, which again are part of the trailer. So
Guess the fruit aisle in grocery stores are now portals to Spain? When did that happen?
Mission accomplished.
that's pretty huge.
I know.
Moving on to BDSP, we once again have the Van Gogh paintings, or what we claim to be the Van Gogh paintings, and everyone thought this is Italy, myself included. I'm not gonna lie about that. But these type of paintings are there within Spain as well, any kind of European country, to be honest. And you can make it a case for Spain, or again, any European country, so you might say this is whatever, and that's fine. But definitely looking by the trailers, there are a lot more water bodies, or like water in cities. Let's say that.
Oh fuck, Van Gogh is drowning.
It's okay. We can get him. We're water ground.
But that's so much more water to find him in!
Water in cities. And that definitely like leads me to like think like, huh, maybe this was leading to that. But the one other thing that I thought was super strange was, if you talk to Masuda in BDSP, he starts off by saying ciao, right? And you look at this and you immediately think Italy.
No, I think of that blue hedgehog with too many unpaid speeding tickets.
Personally, I think of the only thing worse than enslavement, genocide, and bestiality. A regular frog. I'm shitting.
Because ciao is ciao. Am I saying that right? I'm like traumatized with my Spanish pronunciation. I'm not even like, ugh. You assume it's Italy because it's ciao. But if you, I tried looking this up, okay? I tried looking up any Spanish related things to ciao, and it seems that people in Spain also say ciao, but it's spelled differently. C-H-A-O is how they say it, but it's the exact same pronunciation, exact same meaning.
Ah, so you admit that it's Sonic Adventure.
Finally, the revelation that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was just an anagram for Sonic Adventure 3.
So you see.
Shut the fuck up.
Hello, goodbye kind of thing. And if you go back to the article from 2014 where Masuda was talking about his wonderful experience in Spain, how does he end off every single one of his like goodbyes? Chow.
Do they even say chow in Spain? Is it the same thing?
I don't know. You know what they do say in Spain, though?
Why did you set my house on fire?
Sorry, it was evidence.
Get in the bag.
Chow. Chow. He said it like 3 times. Bro, chow. It was, I think he said it twice. Regardless, chow. When I saw this, I was like, oh my god. I legit had to do like a quick Google search and I would have figured it out, but nah. I goofed there, but I'm not goofing now. Man said chow, IRL, man said chow in the game. This was a hint. I'm pretty sure the reason why they got the chow thing wrong, it might have been a local mistranslation. Maybe they didn't know how to spell it. It's pronounced the same way, which is why I don't blame them. Right? C-I-A-O, C-H-A-O. It's the exact same pronunciation. How would they know unless they were specifically told that there's going to be another region in Spain coming up, but you can't risk that with the translators because then the translators could leak information.
That's indecent.
It's a decent last resort. Unfortunately, my ability is water absorb. That way Crimson can finally shut the hell up about canon.
So I don't blame them whatsoever, but this one was crazy. And I'm like, dang it. I can't help but laugh. Hey, it's me, 2 AM hybrid once again.
Como te declaras culpable.
No sé, nunca he sido culpable antes.
God fucking, I didn't ask you. Clearly I was cornering the time traveler.
What the fuck are you two doing in here? I thought we killed you.
Yeah, we got a time traveler to bag.
Oh, mierda.
Gunned you down in the fucking street.
Another thing that DDD Hero found out was that the flowers that are near Twin Leaf Town's exit to Route 201 are different in color. They're no longer the color they were in the DS games. They are now scarlet and violet colored flowers. Yeah. I don't think that's a coincidence.
That's a neat theory. Why don't you back it up with a source?
His source is he touched grass.
That's impossible. He's a Pokemon fan.
I hope you're ready to praise this message.
Okay, there's one more thing I was looking for and I just remembered. When Shigeru Omori and Junichi Masuda were in Portugal, they mentioned that they wanted to make a rooster Pokemon, it seems. This should technically be in the IRL section of the video, but I've already edited that bit, my bad.
God damn it, now there's one from even further in the future? How many of you square fucks are there?
Alright, shape joke down. Now that's left to do is...
Why do you guys feel the need to nitpick videos so much?
Okay, got him.
But this is coming from the Twitter account Portuga. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'd also want an apology if I was being made into an accomplice for a time crime.
And it seems as if they also have the old interviews from Omori and Masuda in 2016 as well. So when that unravels, hopefully they can find the 2017 sightings as well. That's what I'm hoping for.
There's fucking more?
We're gonna need more Italians.
This may not serve as evidence.
In the court of law, it absolutely is.
I love the airtight alibi of nah.
Per se, but I'm gonna mention it anyways. In Legends Arceus, I think every other region is mentioned in one way, shape, or form. Kalos is not mentioned whatsoever. I'm assuming Garrick is indeed Wulfric's ancestor. I think that's almost a given. But Kalos is still not mentioned, and that's interesting because Kalos does exist as a region. We know that since AZ exists and all.
A guy being alive doesn't prove that France is real.
Now if you proved he teleported to France, we'd be getting somewhere.
But yeah, there's no mention of the Kalos region whatsoever.
That's because France isn't real. Just turn off the Bonaparte.
So that's quite strange. As every other region's mentioned, why would that be the case? And this is, again, might not hint towards Spain, but if Southern Kalos is a part of Scarlet and Violet, I'm just saying, maybe, who knows? That's why this isn't evidence, but I'm just going to mention it anyways, alright? Alright.
Once again, nah isn't a valid argument against evidence. Dude, trust me is another story.
That's a good retort. However, consider Gun Mario.
Is this argumentative power creep?
Gotta give a shout out to Loxon and his mythical Pokemon theory, like the theory that basically says that the mythical Pokemon of a previous generation will sort of foreshadow the next upcoming generation. And I kind of agree with this theory. At least Volcanion into Gen 7, Magearna into Gen 8, and now I guess Zarude into Gen 9. It fits well because Spain is the only place in Europe that has monkeys.
Grookey was literally a Gen 8 starter. This is clearly a violation of the deep lore.
That's quite interesting to me. I thought monkeys would be more common than that, but nah. Spain is the only place in Europe that has monkeys, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I know the guy kept saying India, and there was a lot of evidence pointing towards India, to be fair. And he was wrong about India, but I still think his theory holds up.
Ah yes, the guy who was wrong was right. The best claim since... nah.
Where does that follow on the forbidden feed fetishist totem?
Somewhere between shut and fuck, actually.
It might not be what he was trying to go for, but it still works. Like, it really does. Yeah, so Zarud, another hint towards Scarlet and Violet. I'm gonna say it right there. Now, there is one more point that we made in Almighty Arceus' channel about Oricorio and how that kind of hints towards Spain.
That's not Quaxley.
This bird looks nothing like my homie Quaxley. Time travel again, I fucking dare you.
But I don't want to mention that here. It'd be more funny if you guys go check it out there. So I'm gonna leave that one, but you guys are still asking, I'm sure. We got 2014 out of the way. How come we have not mentioned 2008 yet? I said at the beginning of the video, these games have been hinted since 2008. 2008.
He's traveled again.
How is this possible? Let me tell you. We all know that Pokemon likes to trademark a bunch of different titles. They did this with Pokemon Stars, Pokemon Gray, Pokemon Z, but they often do it with a bunch of random names as well, such as Pokemon Turquoise, Pokemon Brown, Pokemon, I believe they did Crimson. They did a bunch of different things.
Well, 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 we finally found where you're hiding, Crimson. Seems my bait has lured you out. I can't believe you were using Game Freak trademarking other timelines as your cover. You're really dedicated to this whole not being incarcerated for CPS violations thing.
If only he were that dedicated to making content.
But among that...
I can't believe it. The link between everything. All these time travelers were linked by one single strand of the universe. Amogus.
Two of the names that they trademarked in 2008 were Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Now, the names were trademarked then, so maybe they weren't working on the game since then, but they definitely may have had something in mind. If they're using the names now and they trademarked it all the way back all the way then, I'm pretty sure they had something in mind, and at the very least, Junichi Masuda was there in 2014. So they've been working on these games or have had ideas for them since 2014.
That's it? That's all you got? That's just nothing.
I seriously would have taken the National Dex committing this crime more than that. This sucks.
Alright, I think that's all for this case file. Anything you want to say?
Hello everybody, T4 here with another rant. And guess what topic I'm gonna be ranting about again? That's right, it's Cartoon Network. Again! Now shut up and bear with me here, but the subject matter behind Cartoon Network is gonna be a hot topic issue here. So, let's start this, shall we? Okay, so let's start with the show that's triggered me to start this rant, Rugrats. Whew, wait, where do I start with this one? Okay, so this was originally a pitch to Nickelodeon, but it got rejected due to the executives being a bunch of dumbasses, and decided to instead greenlight Girls Gone Wild. I should know. I looked it up on the internet. Okay, so now Rugrats is a show about these babies that don't know anything, and Angelica is the main star of the show. I honestly don't get the title. If you're gonna have a character that stars, I don't know, Angelica, you might as well call your show, I don't know, the Amanda Show. Oh wait, shit, I'm sorry. The Angelica Show. Yeah, that works too, I guess. Alright, now let's move on to the next show that's intended for a bunch of weeaboos everywhere. The Hi Puffy, Ami, Yumi, Nico Nee show. I don't fucking know. The title of the fucking show is so confusing as it is. I mean, doesn't Cartoon Network understand that I only can speak American? It's the only language I can understand. Okay, so it's about these band members that's, in a band from Japan, and evidently they are in lesbians for each other. I should know. I have a storyboard for it. This show gets like a 7 out of 10. Because lesbians. Now let me talk about an absolute classic that I adore to bits. It's called Miracle Star. Now, Miracle Star is about this family of goats that live in the magical land of China. Oh, and they have a pet frog too. He's the funny one. Now, while I was growing up watching this show, there's this show that I've been hearing on the internets that there's also another show that's also ripping off from Miracle Star. And get what the title is. It's called The Amazing World of Gumball. Like, what the fuck is this shit? It's just a family of excuse me, sorry. It's just about a family of rabbits and cats living together, and for whatever reason they got a pet goldfish with legs. Now that doesn't make any sense. Not one single bit. Now a family of goats with a pet frog that also has legs? That makes total sense. And overall, folks, Gumball's a ripoff and Miracle Star is my favorite OG Cartoon Network show. Now let me talk about the one big show that everyone's been telling me about since day one when it comes to Cartoon Network, okay? It's called Teen Titans Go! A Go-Go. I think. I should know, I looked it up on the internet. Okay, so essentially Teen Titans Go! A Go-Go is essentially just a reboot to the Teen Titans franchise. And a lot of people have given it a lot of criticism towards it, citing reasons like, oh, the characters are not true to their original designs, it's cheap looking, everyone's out of character, and that nobody shuts the heck up about waffles. But I don't know about you, I don't know what the heck they're talking about, but I think this show's great. I mean, shit, I even went to go see the movie just to hope they make season 6 of the original Teen Titans. So yeah, I totally like both. Totally do. Totally do. Totally do. Totally. Okay, so let's jump to the next show. Next up is Donkey Kong Country. Now, there's another good show that got unjustifiably canceled by Cartoon Network. I mean, why would they go out of the way to do such a horrible thing like that? I love the show a lot. It showers me with coconut cream pies from his expanded dong. I mean, you got characters like Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong Jr., Mrs. Donkey Kong, Old Ass Donkey Kong, and Not Donkey Kong, and many, many more. This show is a part of my childhood because there would be times where whenever I would walk home from school, I would be attacked and assaulted by 2 pit bull dogs. And after I would get sent to the hospital and be checked for rabies, I would be sitting in my bedroom trying to get a full speedy recovery and watch a VHS recording of Expand Thy Dong Country. I'm sorry, that's the alternate title to the show, but I think it's the Japanese version. I should know. It's from the internet. That must mean it's true. But oh boy, let me talk about the big one. Even bigger than Teen Titans Go. Okay. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I know, this show is super old and jazz. But y'all notice how there's like a live stream of the entire series? I mean, what the heck is up with that, man? I mean, you got Billy being the stupid idiot that he is, Mandy being the very stubborn bitch, and Grim being a total pushover. Now, Hostel Gato, on the other hand, he should have his own show. He's like Cartoon Network's version of Solid Snake from the movie Escape from New York. I mean, how awesome is that? But on the other hand, you have these weird crossover episodes like The Grim Adventures of the Kids Next Door. Whose dumb idea was that anyway? I mean, hell, you know what would be the best alternative to Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy? Pepper Ann. Disney's Pepper Ann. That once aired on the network. So Disney, where's my Pepper Ann? Where's my... Okay, so let's just jump into Adult Swim, because that's part of Cartoon Network, you know, sub-channel and shit like that. Alright, so let's talk about this big one that nobody could shut the heck up about. It's called the Rick and Morty Show featuring the Szechuan sauce, I think. So, it's about this guy named Doc and Marty who go back to the past to go get some obscure sauce from McDonald's from the year 1998. What a stupid premise. I don't see what's so special about that show to begin with.
Hello, it's me, the girlfriend from Girlfriend Reviews. I have a boyfriend, and he is a real gamer guy. Am I right, ladies? Am I right? That's why I watched him play Diddy Kong Racing today. My boyfriend said this is a rare game, but it sold over 5 million copies, so he must be kinda stupid. Diddy Kong Racing was so ahead of its time that it not only made Banjo-Kazooie a playable character 20 years before Smash Bros. Did, it made Banjo-Kazooie a playable character before Banjo-Kazooie did. It even introduced a young star named Conker, who would go on to be remembered more for his public urination than his driving.
Holy cow, I'm totally going so fast!
But those aren't the only iconic characters in Diddly Dong Racing. They also invited this Ninja Turtle and his mom, Master Splinter. Who else they got in there? Tekken is in there, Kessin, the fucking, what is that, like a clock? It would take me all day to name all the stupid ass characters in this game. So here we go. There's Diddy Kong from DK Bongos, Tony the Tiger from Cereal, Bumper the Badger from Diddy Kong Racing. But I'm a girl. Always remember this. But I have a boyfriend. But he's a gamer. To express how I feel about this, I will now show a clip from The Office.
Okay, how about that hot... This is the... Ooh.
So this isn't a review of Donkey Kong Racing. This is a review of what it's like to live with someone who's racing Donkey Kong. Okay, the reason my boyfriend thinks Monkey Kart 64 is better than Mario Kart is because he grew up with Monkey Kart 64 and is upset that people who grew up with Mario Kart had more popular sleepovers. But I like the monkey one because you are immediately greeted by Bing Bong from Pixar.
Bing Bong, I'm taking the shortcut!
Now let me tell you why Donkey Kong is for adults. In a baby Mario Kart game for children exclusively, anybody can play that game. The controls are just so simple and intuitive. But have you ever tried to steer by pointing a fan the opposite direction you want your donut to go? It's impossible. My boyfriend got really mad at a cartoon octopus in such a way that I was reminded of this television and/or movie scene. This very real episode of Girlfriend Reviews is almost as funny as Video Game Dunkey. But no, it's not. Also, in Mario's Baby Racing, Nintendo makes you select a Grand Prix Cup from an easy-to-understand menu so that you can drive through 4 courses in a row conveniently. To a true gamer, this is one of the most embarrassing things you can do. Now, real gamers, how we like to do the Grand Prix is we like to crash into a waterfall so that we can go and drive to each course individually if we had unlocked enough birthday boy balloons.
Take her to the moon for me, okay?
If I may be serious for a moment, I love birthday boy balloons, and it's pretty obvious why my boyfriend likes Donkey Dongs Racing more than Mario Kart, which was clearly the cooler game in every single way. It's because this vivid wonderland of speed and glory features not only a soundtrack by the composer who wrote Sticker Brush Symphony on the Super Nintendo, but in addition features animals and tiny airplanes. After knowing Diddy Kong soared like an eagle, making doo-doo gas in his very own game 2 decades ago, my boyfriend probably reacted to the hang gliders in Mario Kart 8 with this part of Toy Story.
That wasn't flying, that was falling with style.
Hi, welcome to the Prank Count, where we tally up pranks because we're avoiding copyright strikes on YouTube. I'm James B. Janice, and if you buy that, then I suppose you should check your calendar again. Today we're going to be looking at April Fool's Day, because duh! A movie where a bunch of horny college students try to get lucky and instead find themselves getting played a bunch of practical jokes on at their friend Muffy's house over spring break. This movie was produced by Frank Mancuso Jr., who was also executive producer on Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, which means he was probably responsible for this glorious chocolate bar kill in that movie. How many practical jokes can these college students survive before the end of this movie? Let's find out and get to the pranks. The movie opens up with this crappy homemade video that zoomed in just a little bit too far. Oh wait, that's better. Introducing us to a few of the future victims of pranks that'll happen later on in this movie. This mannequin is dragged across the ground to fix the aspect ratio, and we finally get to meet Muffy, who's muffing it up in her recently inherited childhood mansion that she got from her parents. When she stumbles across this old Jack-in-the-Box in the basement, she starts to remember her childhood, and we get a title card. And no wonder it made a memory, because when she looked inside... Oh my god, why would you give that to a kid? But fortunately for Muffy, the science of conditioning prevents her from becoming the second prank on this list as well. Back at the docks, Muffy's friends are waiting for the ferry to show up so that they can get on and get over to her house. Once the ferry does arrive, this douchebag with the camera, Chaz, stays behind to play prank number 2 on one of the ferrymen named Buck.
Your fly's open and your hostess Twinkie is hanging out, huh?
I mean, yeah, Buck, if you're gonna be hiding cream-filled pastries inside of your pants, you oughta bring enough to share for everybody. I mean, after all, it's just commandeer. 1 second, I'll be right back. You know, I'll be right back. 1 second. Hey, what'd I tell you about singing over the background music? So once everybody gets aboard the ferry, Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong start playing the Hunger Games. This guy gets mad because of all the side taunting going on, and he's so pissed off that he throws the knife right into this kid's stomach. You can tell he really didn't want to hurt the guy because he looks like he's about to throw up. Anyway, he falls in the water and 2 other guys jump in after him. But then the kid emerges from the water and reveals it was a prank the whole time. What the heck is that thing that he's got with him anyway? How does that simulate a knife throw? James! Oh my god, what is it, Adam? I'm trying to record a show here. Listen, oh, come on, can you at least work with some pants on? Okay, forget it. Look, Eddie's dead in the other room. Do you know if he had, like, suicidal thoughts, or... Cause he's got shotgun. Okay, well, if you ask me, he had it coming, okay? He was singing over my background music again. What? No, James, you can't kill every staff member. That takes you off just a little bit, okay? Listen, I'm running out of room in the basement, and... Okay, Adam, let me just make one thing clear for you. It's not my fault. YouTube is the one that started this crap, where they started taking down my kill count, saying, oh, they're too violent, people are killing each other, duh. Well, guess what? I've been watching horror movies ever since I was a toddler. And you know what? You don't see me running around killing people, okay? Okay, well, maybe the timing with Eddie is just... Listen, James A. would have never done this. James A. would have just fired people. Dare talk about James A. You understand me? We don't talk about James A. anymore. Okay, hold on. Let's clear our heads, okay? Why don't you go take a walk, and I'll sit down, and I'll pick up where you left off editing, okay? Maybe you're right. You know, I'll just go for a walk. I'll get some fresh air, and we'll come back, and we'll figure out what to do with the body, okay? You know, I think that's the best idea, so why don't you go ahead and do that, and I'll just... No. What were you gonna do with this, Adam? No, James. Well, you know what? I think it's time to start another kill now, Adam. James, seriously? The shotgun again? Okay, look. That is definitely gonna be a dull machete. You know what? Here, take this broomstick, and just, yeah, be more interesting. Shove it right in my ass.